And speaking of great names, how about another great name? We are talking Big Daddy, Don Garlitts. Yeah. Think about his times here at Indianapolis. 3-time Top Fuel champion, 35 career Top Fuel wins.
And he's ranked #1 on NHRA's top 50 drivers all-time list.
I went by his museum in Gainesville for the Gator Nationals, but now Dave Reef has him.
Boy, and I got the best seat in the house, the best job in the house, because every year it is so much fun to come to this great race and see all of the legends, but in particular, Big Daddy Don Garlitts. 8 of those 35 national event wins coming right here at the Mac Tools U.S. Nationals. Does this race, Big Daddy, ever get old for you?
No, I love to be here. It's just, you know, all the people show up, all your old friends are here, and, you know, winning this race is so important to anybody's career. I just like to be here when somebody wins it, just to see how excited they get.
1964 was your first win. Can you remember back and talk about that day?
Oh yeah, we won the class. It was run differently then. We won the class on Sunday, and that gave us the right to set out. And then they ran the 8 best fuelers on Monday, and the winner of that got to run me, and that was Jack Williams in the Crosley Williams and Swan car, and it was close.
The winning time on that day was a 7:67. Now, if you fast forward all the way to today, how surprised are you at today's Top Fuel and nitro-powered machines to see what they do?
Well, we never thought they'd ever reach speeds like that. I mean, the pro stocks go better than that.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
But I mean, you know, technology. Nobody thought we'd put a man on the moon or anything like that either. You know, so technology is a wonderful thing in some sense of the word.
Let's go back and take a look at 1986, your last win here, when the speeds increased and the ETs increased a little bit to 539. When you think back to 1986, does it seem like a long time ago since you last won a U.S. Nationals?
No, it doesn't. It seems like it was just yesterday. You know, I said yesterday to one of my old friends, what happened to our lives?
Yeah, no doubt. The undisputed king of Indianapolis, the Mac Tools U.S. Nationals. But now you're getting a little bit of some competition for that top spot. Along comes a guy by the name of Tony Schumacher. And we've talked about his story all weekend long, and I know you stay very, very in tune with this sport. Here are your guys' U.S. Nationals careers sitting side by side. How impressed are you with Tony Schumacher?
Oh, he's one of the best drivers out there, no question about it. Well, I mean, his dad was good, so it's in the family. And he'll win a lot more of these races. He'll have a lot more nationals under his belt before it's over.
I got to ask, you were there standing right at the starting line last year when he tied your U.S. Nationals mark of 8. What was going through your mind when Tony turned on that win light?
I knew Tony was going to do it. I could feel it on the line. He's such a good driver. I mean, he was coming up the line and stage. Nothing was wrong with the car. It looked good. I just felt for sure he was going to do it.
You know, and you're just like any racer. You've still got that competitive spirit no matter how long you've been away. Now, I want to take you 20 years ago. Would you have thought that moment was cool, tying you? Or would you kind of maybe want to rip his heart out a little bit?
Want to rip his heart out.
That's kind of the answer I suspected. You still have the competitive spirit, though, correct?
Well, I've got a little A-Stalker that I bring up here and run every year, you know, one of those new Challengers, and I have a lot of fun. It only goes 130 miles an hour, but it lets me to get out on that wonderful racetrack out there and make a few runs in front of the people.
Of course, we've got the International Drag Racing Hall of Fame and your museum down in Ocala, Florida. If anybody ever gets down there and you don't stop, shame on you, because it is incredible. You always induct a class coming up next year. Can you tip your hand to some of the big names going to be going into Biggs Hall of Fame?
Well, you know, Joe Amato, they don't get much bigger than that. He's going in. Jake Coughlin. Leonard Abbott. Most people don't know who he is, but if anybody's got a 2-speed or a reverser, Leonard was the inventor of that. Yep. Clayton Harris, one of my real nemesis of the old days. He's deceased now, but he's going in. Rich Guasco, pure hell, he's going in. And, of course, Fred Sibley Sr., the father of jet cars, he's going in. So we got a nice roster this year.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like. Well, I know we haven't seen the last of you here this weekend because we're going to be watching to see how Tony Schumacher does. You guys love Big Daddy Don Garlitts still? With a name like Big Daddy, how can you not love him, Paul?
And followed that guy his entire career. And as long as we're talking legends, look down there. The Ford, Bob Glidden. They are getting ready to go qualify as pro stock will be coming up.